seeing the various program. Okay. Have you anybody is having doubt in the previous class? If you have, ask me now. Anybody is having doubt?
Ma'am?
Yes.
We have seen subtraction, addition, carry, or some multiplication, and not and ma'am.
Yes.
We are moving the memory address like move ax of ax comma 1100, no ma'am.
Yes.
So
No, we
how
are moving.
how we attach the value in that memory, ma'am?
Actually, we want to go before executing the program. We want to go to that memory location and want to give the input. After that, we want to execute it. So the data which are given is assigned in your memory location.
How
or else, according to the direct memory addressing mode, you can directly give the data in the program also.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that's what my doubt, because the previous problem, all the problem, we have given only the memory location, and I have the
yes.
We have how the value is stored automatically in that memory location.
Okay. Before execution, you want to give the data in the given memory location, assigned memory location in your program. After that, you have to execute it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure,
okay, ma. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody is having doubt? Or shall I start today's session? Okay. So today we are going to see code conversion. Actually, you have studied this code conversion, about this code conversion in your DPSD. Okay. I think you have reminded it. Now we are going to see BCD to binary. So BCD to binary. Here we can't get the actual binary data in your microprocessor kit. So you will receive as like your hexadecimal value. Okay. So BCD means as usual, like your previous programs, we are getting the data first line. See the first line of your program. It is visible. Can anyone say it is visible or not?
No, ma'am.
See, no PPT.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Now, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So today you are going to start with the code conversion. Your first program is BCD to binary. Okay. So in your first line, as usual, as like your previous programs, we are going to get the data from the memory location 1400 and it is moving to the accumulator AL. So what data you have to convert to binary is given to the memory location 1400. Whatever data I have given is moved to the memory, move to the accumulator. So you are going to give 8-bit data. So why I have mentioned as AL. Okay, the data is just moved to DL in your second line. So why this is because we are going to convert the given data into unpacked BCD. So in your, I think in your during while studying your instruction set, ma'am has told about packed BCD and unpacked BCD. For example, actually, see the manual calculation first line, I have given AL value as actually I have represented in binary that its actual value is 75. Okay, so 75 is the packed BCD number. So both the numbers are below 9. So why I'm saying it is a packed BCD number. If I want to make it as unpacked means I want to represent as 07 and 05. So I want to make the 75 to 07, that is unpacked BCD. So why I'm moving the same value AL to the to another register called DL. Okay, so according to the second instruction, both AL and DL is now having the same value called 75. Okay, now I'm going to AND AL comma F0. So I'm going to AND AL comma F0. So this is because I'm going to unpack the 75 value. So AL is having the value 75. So I'm going to AND that 75 with F0. Okay. So for this line, for this third line, you are having the manual calculation AL 75. I'm going to AND with F0. F0 means 1111 0000. I will get the answer as 01111 0000. So 70. I will get the value 70 while executing the third line of your program. Okay. So side by side, just see the manual calculation also. I will mention the line here. Okay. So next thing is the fourth line of your program is AND DL comma 0F. So I'm going to AND DL value with 0F. So as like the previous line, no? So already I have told you that DL is also having the same value, that is 75. So you're going to AND that 75 with 0F. So, to unpack the 75. Okay. So see the manual calculation. DN value is 75 0111 0101. I'm going to AND with 0F. So 4 zeros and 4 ones. You will get 0000 0101. So now after the third line execution, that is AND function of AL and F0, you will get 70 as answer. After executing the fourth line called AND DL comma 0F, you will get the answer as 05. So when seeing this AND function, you will get the result for DL is 05. That is the unpacked BCD number. But for AL, you will get 70. It is not the unpacked BCD number. So actually, you want 07. But you have got the value 70 here. So the meaning has been completely changed here. So what I'm supposed to do is I want to make that 70 to 07 by rotating the value, Can you hear me? It is audible? Students? Ma'am, it is audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to rotate for 4 times. Okay. So see the fifth line, move CL comma 04. So if I rotate for 4 times, I will get the value 07 from the value of 70. So I'm going to move the value 4 to the count register CL. So I'm giving only a bit here. So I have mentioned as CL in the instruction. Next, I'm going to rotate right the value CL. The value which is present in AL for 4 times. So the instruction is like ROR AL comma CL. So I'm going to rotate the value which is present in AL for 4 times. Okay. So here itself you will have once I have rotate, I will get the value of AL as 0000 0111. So I will receive the value of 07. So I will get AL as 07, DL as 05. So I unpacked the BCD value 75 as 07 and 05. Now what I supposed to do is I'm going to move 0A to BH. So why I want to move 0A to BH? Because so actually 0A is nothing but it is the value equal to 10. So BCD number is 0 to 9 is your BCD number. So it is actually total of 10 values. So I'm going to multiply that 10 with the AL value. So BH comma 0A. So first I'm moving the 10 value 0A value to the register BH, and I'm multiplying BH with the accumulator value. So as I said previous day, in this instruction, mul instruction, no need to mention the accumulator value in the instruction, because if you write as MUL BH means automatically it is multiplied with the accumulator value. So mul BH. Now the value 07 is multiplied with 10, that is 0A. Now I'm going to add AL with DL. So in the manual calculation also you will have the same thing. So manual calculation, you have received 46 while multiplying BH with 0A, and next add AL comma DL, you are receiving the value 4B while adding AL value with DL value. Next you are moving. Now the 4B is automatically stored in the accumulator register. The accumulator value is stored in the memory location, and you are going to halt the program. Okay, so you can view the output in your memory location 1500. Next one is ASCII to binary. So do you know the ASCII value? What is ASCII value? So as I told you earlier, we can't receive the binary value directly from your processor because it is a hexadecimal processor. We receive only the hexadecimal value. So even though it is binary, automatically the binary value, you are going to write the program with respect to binary, but automatically it will be converted to hexadecimal and you will receive only the hexadecimal output. Okay, so you know, I think so. ASCII value is nothing but for ASCII value 0 to 9, its equivalent hexadecimal value starts from 30 to 39. So before that, from 0 to 29, its equivalent ASCII value is some characters. Okay, after 39 to 41. So 39 means 39, 40, sorry, 39, 3A, 3B, 3C up to 3F, again 40, 41. So totally you are having 7 values in hexadecimal, that is equivalent to some characters in your ASCII. After that you will have 41 to 47, you will have A to F. Okay, so this is the equivalent ASCII character for your hexadecimal. So for that, what do you supposed to do to get the equivalent hexadecimal value for your ASCII value? Means you want to add 30, or else if it exceeds the value 10, that is A. If it exceeds the value A, you want to add 37. So we want to write a program, want to satisfy both below 10 or above 10. Okay, then only we can able to produce the result for the equivalent binary value. So first, as usual, you are going to move data from the memory location 1400 to the accumulator register. Next, you are going to compare. So accumulator register AL. So you are going to give input value from the memory location 1400 to AL. So now AL is having your input, whatever you are given in your memory location, just it is comparing with 0A. 0A is nothing but 10. Okay. So see the sample output 2. If the given data is 7, it is comparing 7 is less than 0A or greater than 0A. If it is less than 0A, if it is less than 0A means it will jump borrow. So you don't get any borrow it will jump to the memory location 090A. That is your L1 label. Okay, it will add 30 with the accumulator register value, and just after adding the value, automatically the result will be stored in the accumulator. Okay, the accumulator value will be stored in the memory location and it will halt the program. In case if the given value is greater than 0A means, okay, the jump instruction can't execute. Ma'am, the slide is visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Okay, ma'am. Excuse me. It is audible?
Yes, audible.
Ma'am, I can't hear anything, so I am asking. Okay, ma'am.
Audible.
Okay. So, it is executing the jump instruction. It won't execute the jump instruction. It will add 7 with the result. After that, it will add 30 with the accumulator value, and the result will be stored in the accumulator. The accumulator value is stored in the memory location, and it will halt the program. So, in the sample output 1, so the given data is greater than 0A. So, first it is adding 7 with 0B. You will receive 12. So, I think you will all know about the hexadecimal addition. It includes the value A to F. So, 0 to 9 means after 0 to 9, it will get 0A to F. After that, it goes to 10 to 19. Again 1A to 1F. After that, it will give 20. So like this, your hexadecimal numerical value goes on. So while adding 0B with 7, you will get 12. So after that, you want to add 30 with the result, you will get 42. So the equivalent ASCII value for 0B is 42. Hope you understand. I'm going to move to the next program. Binary to ASCII. So binary to ASCII is nothing but the same procedure. Instead of adding 30 and 7 while comparing the given input with 0A, you are going to subtract here. That's the only difference between the ASCII to binary and binary to ASCII. So in ASCII to binary, you will add 30 if it is greater than the value 0A. You will add 37 with the given input. So in binary to ASCII, you will subtract 30 when the given input is less than 0A, and you will subtract 37 when the given input is greater than 0A. So instead of add, just you want to replace here with subtract, SUB. Next one is binary to gray. So hope you know the condition of binary to gray code. So now
in the PPT we are not seeing the program.
It is not visible, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
PPT is visible, but the program we have is ASCII to binary in the screen.
Binary to ASCII I have changed. Okay, ma'am. Just wait. Now visible, ma'am?
Yeah, binary to ASCII. Yes.
Okay. So the instead of add instruction, you are going to replace it with SUB. That's it. Next, you are going to see binary to gray code. Okay. So binary to gray code is nothing but just as per the manual calculation, you are going to XOR the adjacent value to get the result. For manual calculation, if you going to convert the binary value to gray means just you will place the most significant bit as it is, and then you XOR the adjacent value to get the equivalent gray code for the given binary. Okay. So keep it in that mind. For XOR its adjacent value, we can't XOR adjacently as like manual in your program. So here we are going to shift right to get its adjacent equal value. Okay. So first program as like you are going to give the input in your memory location 1400 and is moving to the accumulator AH. Okay, accumulator AH. So AH is having the input. Now you go in your second instruction, second line of your program, move BH comma AH means the same the input is going to move in the into the another register called BH. Now you are going to shift right AH comma 01. So 01 is nothing but you are going to shift for one time the value present in your AH. If it is for more than one time means we want to initiate the counter register and you want to mention how many counts it wants to function. So here we are going to shift for only one time. So there is no need of initiating another register. Directly we are giving the value. SHR means shift right the value present in your accumulator AH for one time. Okay. Next we are going to XOR AH with BH. So AH is having the shifted actual value. BH is having the actual input value. We are XOR both the inputs present in AH and BH. So after XOR operation, the result will be automatically stored in the accumulator that will be moved to the memory location 1500 and you are halting the program. Okay. So in the screen itself, you are having the manual calculation for the given input AE. First, AE for its binary equivalent is 1010 1110. Next, I'm going to right shift. So the arrow mark will showing the right shift function. You will receive 0101 0111. So if you XOR both the values, you will get 1111 1001. That is the equivalent gray code for the given input, binary input. Okay. So next program, decimal arithmetic operation. So decimal arithmetic operation is nothing but instead of the same addition operation, the program is also the same thing, same as like your addition program. Instead of receiving the hexadecimal output, you are receiving a normal decimal number. So normal decimal number is in the sense while adding 5 plus 5, 10. You will receive 10 as an output, but as a hexadecimal output, you will get 0A. Instead of 0A, I want the output as it is like 10 means you want to use the instruction DAA, decimal adjust after addition. So it is already explained while you studied your instruction set. So you are going to see the program for decimal arithmetic operation. So I'm initiating. So here I have told you in your X-rays class a hexadecimal value which representing the source index means here no need to mention the square bracket, and also if it is not if hexadecimal value is represent in the instruction with source index means it is a memory location initiated for the index register. So now I am initiating a memory location 1550 for source index. So I am moving the memory location to SI. So SI is having the memory location 1550. Now see the second line of your program, move AL comma SI. So now SI is mentioned here as memory location. So why it is mentioned, it is represented with a square bracket. whatever value present in the 1550 is moved to the accumulator register. Now I am clearing the count register because I want to receive the carry there. So I am initiating, I am moving 00 to CL. I have explained this instruction earlierly. Next, I am going to add AL, SI plus 01. So SI plus 01 means actually the SI is having the value 1550. I am going to add 1 to increment its memory location called 1551. So why I am mentioning here as SI plus 01. Now the memory location 1551 is having the second input. It is added with the accumulator value. Next, DAA, that is for decimal adjust after addition to produce the decimal output. Next, jump no carry. The remaining things are as like the same as your addition program. If carry occurred, if there is no carry, means the added output will be moved to the memory location called 1700. So to here we are mentioning, so accumulator is having the output. Next I'm initiating the second memory location called 1700 in the SI, and the procedure will be the same. So AL is having the output that is moved to the memory location 1700, and you are halting the program. In case if you have any carry, means you want to increment INCCL. You will see the line INCCL, that is the increment carry register. So you are going to increment the carry register with 1, and the same the next line is you are initiating 1700 address with SI, and the accumulator value is having, the accumulator register is having the output. It is moved to 1700. Next, if it is having carry, that is moved to the next memory location 1701, and you are halting the program. So see the input output and manual calculation. Next, searching a string. Searching a string is nothing but you are going to give the input as set of data, and you're going to search a particular number. If the given number is identified in your set of number, means you will get the output as 00. If it is not found, means the output should be FF. So this is the concept of program. I'm saying once again. So you're going to search a number in a set of data. If the number has been searched, means if it is found in your in the set of data, means the output will be 00. If it is not found, means the output will be FF. So this is the concept of searching a string. Okay, so you are initiating destination index with the memory location 1100. So you are going to give 5 data. You are going to give 5 data. So the memory, the DA should allocate 5 memory locations starting from 1100. So I'm going to give CX. I'm going to move CX by 0005. Next, I'm going to search a number 40 in the set of data. So I'm going to move the value 40 in the accumulator register. See the third line, move AL, 40. I'm going to search 40 in the given set of data. CLD, clear direction flag, repeat not equal. So repeat not equal now 40. 40, if you, the program should be repeated till it found, it find 40. Okay. So for that, scan SB, scan string byte, jump 0. So if it search the value 40, jump to the label L1, move 00 to DL. The DL value is moved to the memory location and halt the program. Or else, if it is not find the value called 40, move FF to DL, DL to a memory location 1200 and jump to L2, it will halt the program. It won't execute, move DL comma 00 and move 1200 comma DL. It won't execute these two values because we want the output as FF. So in the output Tableau column, before executing the program, you want to go to the memory location 1100 and you want to give all the 5 data. You execute it. After that, go to the memory location 1200. Once it searched the value 40 in the given data, it will produce the output as 00. If it is not, it will produce the output as FF. Next is sorting a string. Ma'am, it is visible? Program is visible, ma'am?
Not visible.
Sorting a string.
Okay. The black screen is not visible.
Storing a string.
Visible.
Okay.
Can you zoom it? Can you zoom the program? Just a little bit. Okay, fine. Reduce light. Okay.
Okay. So storing a string is nothing but you are going to store a value for the given number of times in the given memory location. So you are going to initiate, as like previous program, you are going to initiate the destination index register with the address memory location 1200. So you are giving the counter 0005. So after executing the second instruction, the DI will allocate 5 memory locations starting with the address 1200. So next thing, what value should store in all the 5 memory location is 22. So you are going to move the input data 22 to the accumulator register. It will clear the direction flag. So repeat instruction for what means it will store the string byte continuously for 5 times once it receives CXS 0 till it receives CXS 0. Once it receives the value 0, it will halt the program. So this is the output column. So for it will allocate 5 memory location 1200 to 1204. So it will store 22 in all the memory locations. Next, compare the string. Compare the string. So compare the string is nothing but you are going to compare 2 set of data. Okay, if both the data are same, you will receive the output as 00. If it is not same, you will receive the output as FF. So you are initiating the memory location 1200 for source index. You are initiating the memory location 1300 for destination index. So how many locations should I allocate is 5. So I am moving CL, 05. Next, clear direction flag. Repeat. So repeat is nothing, repeat instruction. What I should repeat it nothing but comparing the string bytes. So comparing the string byte is in the sense 1200 with 1300, 1201 with 1301, 1400, 202 with 1302, like so on. Okay, so it will compare memory location with another set of memory location. Okay, so if there is no 0, so if it will be same, both the source index values and destination index values are getting same, just move 00 to DL value to the memory location and jump to the final line halt. In case if it is not having the same data in both the memories, just it will jump to the condition move ff to dl and dl value to 1700, and it will halt the program and it won't execute the two lines called move dl comma 00 and move 1700 comma dl. So the concept of this program is you are comparing 5 set of value with another 5 set of values. If both the values of both the data are same, the output will be 00. If it is not, the output will be FF. So here the output tabular column, input 1 is starting with the memory location 1202, 1204. The second set of data having the memory location 1300 to 1304. So both the data are not the same. So you are receiving the output as FF. If both are same, you will receive the output as 00. So before executing the program, you want to go for the memory location 1200 and you want to give 5 data, and go to memory location 1300, you want to give 5 data. After that, you want to execute the program and you will receive the output in 1700. Next program is length of a string. So length of a string is nothing but, you have already know about it. Say how many data you have. Usually in your program, in the previous program, we will give the count how many data you are going to store in the memory location. Here the CL value should be calculated. That is nothing but length of a string. So first you are moving 00 to DL and 00 to CL. Okay, next you are initiating the SI value, SI source index memory location as 1050. You are moving the value present in the memory location 1050 to the accumulator register. Now I am comparing AL comma DL, jump 0. So if it is not 0, goes to jump 0 L1 means if you didn't if you receive 0 there means go to the memory go to the label L1, whatever data present in CL is moved to 1075. If it is not, jump L1. So again ma'am, it is audible, ma'am. Ma'am, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, audible.
Okay, ma'am. Some
Yeah,
network
it's audible.
issue, so I know. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem. Go ahead.
So I'm going to the fourth line once again. The SI value, whatever present in the memory location 1050 is moved to the accumulator register AL. Now it is comparing AL with DL. So jump 0 L1. If you receive 00 means it goes to L1. If it is not, increment CL. Increment CL means 00 is incremented with 01. Increment SI. Increment SI means 1050 is incremented to 1051. Jump L2. Again, it goes to L2. Whatever value present in 1000. Now SI value is 1051. It is moved to the accumulator register. Then it is comparing DL with AL. So DL with AL means AL is having the value of 1051. DL is having the value 00. So again it goes to increment CL. It won't execute the instruction. It won't satisfy the instruction J is set. So it is leaving that instruction, and and it execute increment CL. Now the value is value of CL is 0, 2, and again incrementing SI. Now the value is 1052 and jump to L2. So it keep on going till AL receives 0, 0. Once it receives 0, 0 means it directly move to the memory location. Sorry, memory location. I didn't mention the memory location here. It directly move to the label 1. Whatever value present in CL is moved to the memory location 1075 and it will halt the program. Okay. So here in the output tabular column, you will see the input here. So the count register calculation, the increment in the count register will updated in the counter register, and whatever data present in the counter register will be stored in a memory location 1075 and it will receive as an output. Next, reverse string. Reverse string is nothing but just we are using push and pop instruction. So generally we are going to push a set of data into a stack. Okay. After that,
Subhashini, PPT not moving.
Okay,
Subhashini?
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
PPT.
So this is the reverse string. So it is a general formula. If you are pushing a set of data into a stack, then you pop it out. While the pop function, the last will be come first. Okay, so that is nothing but the reverse process. You are getting a set of data and you are pushing the data. Okay, I am explaining the program. So you are initiating the source index with 2050. So you are first initiating the accumulator register with 0, 0. You are going to give 4 set of data. So count register is having 0, 4. You are going to give the same value in CH also. That is all. So why we supposed to initiate both CH and CL? Because so CL is used for push instruction, CH is used for pop instruction. So both CH and CL remains in same data. So we are moving 0, 4 in both CH and CL. So whatever data present in SI memory location is moved to AL. It will push to the stack. Now AL value is pushed to the stack. It increment the value. Then it goes to 2051. Again it will. It is like a loop. Again it will perform the second instruction. So first it will increment the source index memory location. It move to the next memory location. After that, the value present in the memory location is moved to AX and it will be pushed to the stack. Again, it will do the same procedure till it receives 0. Count register will receive 0. Again, next thing, once you push all the content into the stack, again you want to pop it out to get the reverse order of the same data, set of data. Okay. For that, again I'm initiating the memory location 2050. I'm going to pop AX and the accumulator value is stored moved to the source index. Again I am incrementing the data. So this is the process. Normal procedure. You're going to push a content, a set of data into the stack, and I'm going to pop it out. So first will be last first.
Subhashini, not audible.
Ma'am, now, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, okay, ma'am. So the data you have stored at last will be come first. Okay. So like that is nothing but the reverse a string. You can understand clearly with the output Tableau column. I think so, ma'am. So this is up to the today's session. We will post all the programs in your Google Classroom, and we will start the next unit from the next class. Before that, we want to go for an assignment.